What is up, my people? Welcome back to more CS News. We are live here from Germany, and oh my goodness, let me just get this out of the way. This is going to be one of the craziest packed videos we have seen in a long time. I decided to fly 24 hours or so all the way to Germany, and whilst I was on that flight, the most drama, the most news has dropped in this scene that I think we've seen in the last few months all combined. It first starts out with something I'm very sad to share with all of you guys, but something very important to share, that being Complexity. Last time we talked about them just days ago, they sold their quartet. It was everyone besides 60 that's going to move on to Passion UA, and that spelled some sign of trouble. I wasn't sure how much trouble, and now we know exactly how much that is, as Jason Lake unfortunately took to Twitter alongside Complexity Counterstrike to announce that they will be leaving Counterstrike for the time being, citing financial struggles, which I think everyone probably knew was the reason once we saw Jason Lake come on to deliver this message. And it sucks, man. If you guys are North American fans or not, I hope you can all see the strides that Jason was trying to make in supporting North American Counter-Strike. And obviously, unless you have a major gambling sponsor, let's just be frank about it and upfront, you can't really foot the bill of a North American Counter-Strike team, and oftentimes a CS team in general. Unless you have a partner like that, it's really a tough space to be in. And so Complexity is officially, for the time being and for the unforeseeable future, leaving Counter-Strike.
And appreciate it. And of course to the staff and the Complexity family and how hard they've worked to support this squad. It's definitely not an easy thing. It's definitely not a happy day, but that's just life sometimes. And I just want to express my gratitude from the bottom of my heart to everyone involved in the division. Wish everyone the very best of luck on their next steps. And again, thank you sincerely for all the support and kind messages and the meetups and everything else. Leaving Counter-Strike is difficult for our gaming family. It's difficult for me. That's just the way it goes sometimes. In terms of our prize picks, Revival Series, we will be finishing that out, so don't worry. We're still going to support the community the best we can, and I know this is disappointing to a lot of people, and I get it. I promise we did everything we could. Just a really difficult economic background right now, and you know, on some level I failed y'all, so I'm sorry about that. Thanks again, and thanks for watching this message.
And I don't really know what else to say on this one. I got the chance to talk to Jason multiple times throughout the past 5 to 6 years. Been one of the nicest guys and owners that I've ever met. Always makes time, even though he is a busy guy and always doing interviews. And so just want to say thank you to Jason. And I really do hope that someday they can find a way back into the space. And once they do, I will be full-heartedly supporting this roster. You know, ever since losing a pivotal piece like a Liege, and then now with this roster and the stagnation we had, and, you know, still, albeit some not so great major runs, they were still able to make the major. And I think that also speaks more to the struggle of the space. When you have a team that can make the major, an organization that can make the pinnacle event of our scene multiple times and still fall to financial struggles, and it really speaks to the stability of this space and how it is tough to operate in. So nothing but love to the Complexity guys and Jason Lake, and I hope that one day we see them again. Another thing we saw out there, oh my goodness, EWC is underway, and did it get started with some flames and fire, because it was Chopper, of all guys out there. I saw this guy one time in a elevator. I can't remember, it was somewhere in Texas, and he is a big dude, all right? This is has no relevance to this story whatsoever, but I just wanted to he's a big guy with some big words he did fire out as he took the stage at EWC for CS. And you know what he did? He recorded a message that apparently translates roughly to calling out the crowd and the Falcons for buying their fans, saying that the 300 people in attendance were all bought by the Falcons, which I don't really know if that's the case with attendance at EWC. You know, there's super fans that are flown out by the teams out there. I'm sure there's some incentives for locals to go there. So I don't know if that's the case. He later deleted this, but it caused a ruffle. Let's just say that.
Здорово всем. Первую историю пришлось удалить. Там запрещенный контент, оказывается, был. Короче, вот ЕВЦ, тут компы. Это вот арена, здесь будут кричать Falcons, где-то 300 наемных рабочих. Ну там фанаты базовые у Falcons, знаете. Вот, и вот тут играть будем, короче, поэтому
And for me, when I first saw this, I was like, God dang. I mean, maybe these CS guys are used to bigger crowds all the time. I mean, typically when they go to an event, it's tens of thousands of people. And if you ever gone to EWC, if you guys ever do, I mean, yeah, it's like a few hundred people. It's very lackluster compared to what your standard CS event is going to be, because it's not a part of the world that any people are really going to travel to for a CS event that lasts 4 to 5 days. And with the bracket and the format as well, like it's a single elimination tournament. So it doesn't really suffice to be the best event to go to as a international traveler as well. That's always going to be the case. And Chopper just not holding back. That didn't last too long, because the news after that was that Team Spirit lost to Heroic. I just said those words out loud, guys. Now, I want to say really quick and preface again, this EWC bracket and this format is very difficult. Also, traveling to Saudi Arabia is very difficult, especially 2 days after Malta, pretty much. These guys are going from winning at Blast Bounty and then traveling all the way to Saudi Arabia. A lot of people who travel to EWC across multiple esports, they get sick, they underperform. It is not a difficult place to it's not an easy place to travel to, but Spirit fell to Heroic after winning back-to-back events.
He steps out into the open. Everything on Shiro. They know where he is. Spirit's 10 series win streak, back-to-back S-tier events. And Heroic bring it to a close. 16-14. A team that are a dead team walking, eliminate one of the favorites of the Esports World Cup on day one of the...
And then you got freaking Tanir trying to knife Zontix. Like, come on, man. Don't kick the dog while he's down.
12. New boy. Chopper is going to go down here. And it's going to be a quick kill. Shiro to respond. Is there anything else? Absolutely not. There goes Shiro. There's Tanir. Look at this. Right behind Zontix. Oh, no. Don't you knife him. Do not. You cannot do that. You cannot do it to Zontix. Of all players, not him. Oh, yeah! There we go, Zontix. He's enjoyed that one.
Oh,
nice shot, Tanir.
I love that.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That's so good.
And no matter what you have to say about this, I think Donk later said something along the lines of maybe some of their guys were actually not feeling too well or feeling quite sick. And I can't blame him with the travel. Like, again, that kind of quick turnaround is very difficult, and they probably were not feeling the best. It's also a very difficult format, so I don't expect any of the teams to be at their best. And if there is an event where you're going to see some upsets, it's going to be a format like this. And so I'm not taking too much away from this. With that being said, though, you got to give credit where it's due. This Heroic lineup and this organization is able to constantly sell out these players time and time again, and now suspected to actually sell another young Tanir to the Team Spirit they just beat. They are somehow able to beat one of the top teams in the world right now whilst doing all of this. That is ridiculous. So, like, shouts to Heroic. Sometimes I love you guys. Sometimes I love hating you guys. But you guys got the job done. And that's awesome. Because of you guys, we're never going to see Spirit versus Vitality. Do you feel okay inside? So, unfortunately for Zontix, his last event, supposedly with Team Spirit, will be a loss after back-to-back event wins. And it's just going out with a bit of a poof. You know, it's not what I expected. I definitely expected Team Spirit to at least get a semifinal here to EWC, and now they're going home, which is, I feel like they probably want this, a little rest before next event, maybe something they did need, and you win back-to-back titles, it's a rest that's deserved. And now the rest of EWC is up in a flurry because I don't know what the frick is going on with this bracket. A team like Team Liquid, last time we talked about them, a close back and forth and multiple overtimes versus Team Vitality. Vitality eventually go on to beat Liquid in that very, very close series at Blast. Then they go on to lose to Mongols. Remember that? And you know, Vitality keeps on being taken out by teams who eventually lose to Spirit in the grand finals. Team Liquid did it again. An extremely close series that came down to, I think everyone could argue, it came down to map one, 11-11 or 11-12, whatever it was. It was so close for Liquid in back-to-back rounds, so close. And I think they lose a 4v3, which would have sent overtime. This close, and this what changes series.
But as he could get shot in the back, Flamesy turned the wrong way. He flicks back. Nerds absolutely whiffs that spray, and look at what it costs them. Double kill in middle. Zywoo plays off the info, and Liquid might be running out of luck.
Yeah, they're so tunnel visioned on completing that kill on Flames. It let ZywOo just have open sightlines. And now a gamble stack for Liquid in a desperate situation from 4v3 to 2v3 in the blink of an eye. And they've moved to the wrong side of the map here. NAF out of position, Twists nowhere to be found. And an empty B site for Vitality to just swan into.
Absolute
They're
heartbreak.
looking to recover this game in style. From the worst of starts to this final round to the best of recoveries. And now they've just got to beat this Canadian duo to steal Team Liquid's map pick away.
NAF waits for a mistake. Twist moves up the catwalk, but you can't wait forever. Gonna have to force this play. And no kills opened up. ZywOo on the angle, sees the jiggle, takes the kill. Twists alone, ZywOo to close, and it's Robs right by his side as they amass nearly 50 kills between the two of them to close it out 13-11. Team Vitality take the win on Liquid's pick.
And there was so much on the line for this series. In case you guys don't know, everyone talking about the VRS points that would have come away if Team Liquid beat Vitality, a bunch of VRS points, I think it was a guaranteed major appearance if they win this series. And along with that, it was the EWC Club Championship, the overall $7 million prize. This pretty much solidified that Falcons is very likely to be the winner. Team Liquid had to have their Counter-Strike roster do very well, which was still a far shot. But this pretty much means that Falcons, I believe, have wrapped up the first place in the Club Championship. So much on the line during this series. We take it to a map 2 Mirage, and it was somehow even closer. Despite starting out not close at all. Vitality take a 12-6 lead. Liquid fight back 6 points in a row and force overtime and eventually go double OT. I don't know if that was Vitality having fun or the Liquid resilience that we saw. Liquid baiting us twice in a row with 2 incredibly close series against Vitality that they can't get over the line.
Awkward decisions. They've conceded B. They've got a one-man hold over at A. They're playing heavy for this mid-control, and that is where Liquid look to move into. Robs and Flames, they trade contact. Bomb lost out in middle. Ultimate with a must-win fight, and that just leaves ZywOo. Other side of the map, he was the guy left to defend A. A chance to catch Nertz on the cross, but he's got a smoke. He can block this. And so 2 smokes come down at ZywOo. No chance to stop that bomb. Have Liquid completed the comeback 6 rounds straight and now looking for extra time. There's the killing blow, and it's ultimate to deal it to them.
It's very uncomfortable. Liquid just forcing a B hit. Robs alone. Great position though. Flashes don't do a thing. Robs finds a triple, and Liquid disappearing in front of your eyes. Ultimate overwhelmed as Robs is on for the ace. And Vitality, second time is the charm in this overtime. They eliminate Team Liquid from EWC 2025.
And it's just like watching these maps is so frustrating because you think, okay, Liquid, at least if you're going to lose like you used to, like lose brutally. But they keep on coming back and having these amazing comebacks. You're like, okay, keep us on our toes, right? You lose that map 1. Oh, no, you're getting annihilated map 2. I might click away. I click back. Holy frick, they're in double overtime. And they have a chance again just to break your heart again. So Liquid, right there, man. They are right there. I think what I'm taking away from this is motivation around this roster. Yes, Vitality have not looked their best, but they are still clearly one of the best teams, if not still the best team in the entire world. I mean, if I'm a Liquid fan, which I am, I'm taking this as a big W, and I take it as a huge sense of motivation of like, hey guys, we are right there. We are knocking at the door, and we're showing these abilities that we didn't have a few months ago to stay in the game and have some comebacks and weather the storm. We just got to get over the last hump, man. Maybe don't go down 12-6 and this series change. Maybe win the 4v3 and this series changes a little bit. One last crazy story for all of you guys. Everyone praying on the downfall. They're not. Everyone's wondering what the downfall of NAVI really is as they lose to 3D Max. And I think people are taking maybe a bit too much from this. And again, call me out if I'm wrong, guys. Call me out if I'm twisted, which I might just be off that German beer ski. But I'm not taking too much weight in this. Now, NAVI had that good run. Is that already Cologne? That people were kind of semi-calling a fluke. But I think it's still such young days with Makazi. And this, again, this EWC format, I think we already saw so many upsets. I would wait to see a NAVI bow out early in a different format, different tournament that's not single limb. And again, yes, it's 3D Max, but 3D Max has been a contending team. It's not where Navi wants to be, but 3D Max, what, a top 15 team in the world? They've been a contending team and a team that scares teams for an upset. So I think people were really drawn on this. And I mean, every Reddit thread I saw, every tweet I saw was like, what is the downfall of Navi? These guys don't look happy. They don't look like they're clicking at all. What is the problem inside this team? Which I don't disagree with. They don't look very happy right now as a team, but that's a lot of guys, you know? You catch Spirit out of context, it looks like they all want to die inside. And then they win tournaments. So I'm not taking too much away from this. I'm hoping this is not spelling signs of trouble that everyone is assuming it is, and it very well could be. But I'm flipping the script on this one, and I'm not taking too much away from this Navi loss to 3D Max at EWC. Okay, and that is going to do it, y'all. That was a packed episode, but man, it was some juice. And I didn't even include every story because I got to have stories for hopefully tomorrow or some other time that I have time to record here. I got some surprises, guys. Remember that, okay? It's not too big of a surprise, but just keep in mind, a little tips and hints to all of you guys who are still watching. I am in Germany. I am in Cologne, all right? There might be some surprises in these next couple of videos because I've been seeing some things that I've never seen in person before, and they are beautiful. All right, till next time, please take care of yourselves. Thank you all for watching. We're slowly approaching 80,000 subscribers. You guys can do me a favor right now. Click subscribe. You're going to see more of me, and I'm done spoiling events. I wait the full day, okay? We're the day after news channel. We're the day after Nova 3 news channel. Till next time, bye.